Hello and welcome to Weekly Wheel News, a subdivision of Cut to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
And Claire.
Hey.
On a day we've seen England scrape to victory against Romania. Thrilling. And it wasn't.
What was it? I sat in the sun.
England B team.
The England B team.
It was only friendly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not up for them.
Sorry, I'm just navigating the cat to the window. Listener, there you go. Right, okay, let's do some weird news.
Yeah.
New footage allegedly shows US Navy ship, quote, swarmed by UFOs.
Ooh.
I've got it in again.
This is Fox News though.
I'm sure that Fox News have some reputable journalists. A documentary filmmaker who recently made headlines for leaked Pentagon footage of a spherical flying object seen off the coast of San Diego, a whale's vagina, recently posted new radar footage from 2019 that allegedly shows a US Navy ship surrounded by UFOs. On May 27th, Jeremy Corbell posted footage to his social media accounts with the caption, US Navy warships were swarmed by UFOs.
I watched his documentary the other night.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar. Oh, it's fucking horrible. Yeah, he's such a shit filmmaker. Half the film is just him. Just a picture of him in his kitchen talking on the phone.
To who?
To Bob or to the George Knapp, the journalist. It's terrible. Yeah, it's such a
Is that the Netflix one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to watch that and I can't get past Bob Lazar's boring fucking voice.
Well, I know he's boring.
I know he's boring.
But the whole point of it is you want to see, you know, what he has to say.
Yeah.
We don't want to see half the film with a fucking filmmaker in his kitchen.
Yeah.
Mike, this man's saying that we've got extraterrestrial craft and, you know, we're back engineering them and we're using them for our own purposes, and he worked at Area 51 while they're all doing it, and he makes it sound like I'm watching a wet wall of paint.
I was going to say, these are exciting times, not paint watching.
Exactly.
Well, it's just his nature, isn't it? That's who he
I
is.
expect him to sound a little bit more animated about what he's seen. I would be, wouldn't you?
Well, come on, it was 30 years ago.
The fuck
40
this
years ago.
alien craft!
Yeah, and he was enthusiastic at the time.
But he should be now!
Well, not if you spoke about it like fucking so many times throughout your life. After 40 years, you're going to get a bit tired.
Mike, this is your meal ticket. Make it sound interesting.
Yeah, but it didn't work out for him, did it? It wasn't a positive thing in his life. He came out and said this shit, and then he got fucking derided for it, lambasted and ridiculed.
Yeah.
He makes plenty of money from doing this stuff, otherwise he wouldn't do it.
He's got his own business.
Yeah, he has, and this is a nice little earner for him on the side, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he hasn't come out and said anything for like 20 years. He's
Doesn't sound
shut himself
t-shirts,
away.
Ben.
Yeah, I bet he does. I bet he sells togas, Claire.
I'll have one of them.
Yeah. Radar footage shows multiple unknown targets surrounding the ship. This is the USS Omaha on July 15th, 2019, filmed inside the ship's Combat Information Centre, which does sound kind of cool. There are at least 14 unknowns observed at one time, Corbell wrote in a post on his Instagram account. The event series reached a crescendo with one of the unknown targets entering the water at 11 p.m. No wreckage found. None of the unidentified craft were recovered. However, it has not been confirmed as authentic by a US government agency, but the previous footage Corbell leaked has been authenticated, and the Pentagon has not immediately responded for comment.
I think there's going to be a lot of revelations coming soon. That report's been delayed, hasn't it?
It has, but you think, what's the base thing they're going to come out with? It's going to be like, hey, alright, this stuff's, we don't know what it is. We don't think it's of earthly origin, and we don't know what it is. And they're not going to come out and say it's ETs, are they?
No.
Or ET probes or anything. They're not going to come out and say that. They're just going to go, we don't know.
But then, at least if they're coming and saying that to the Congress, then going to enact on it, aren't they? They're going to want to know what this stuff is.
You know where it'll go? We'll want to bring one down. We're going to see what it is. We'll try and bring one down, and we'll get our most elaborate weapon out of the black budget fucking locker, like some kind of EMP railgun, futuristic laser thing.
I don't think it's a good idea taking one down when, you know...
You might be starting an intergalactic war.
Exactly, when they've been floating around since, look, this one's 2019, you know, so, and 30, 40 years before, if not more.
Second World War.
Yeah, 70 years ago.
Exactly, so...
Yes, but this is the military we're talking
when you say
about.
That, 70 years ago, it didn't feel that long ago, like, when, you know, when your mum and dad talk about it in the Second World, or you know, my granddad was in the Second World War.
So was mine.
Yeah, mine. He'd have been disgusted with the way things are going. Especially after he cut that German's head in half with a shovel.
My granddad didn't see combat. I think he was... Well, one granddad was down the pit, so he wasn't going to war. Needed the coal.
Yeah.
And the other granddad was an engineer, so he became an engineer in the Royal Fusiliers, is it?
Royal Engineering Corps, probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I don't know what my granddad... He was only little when the Second World War was going on, but I should imagine my great granddads were in it, wouldn't they?
They'd done something.
They'd have done something.
Yes.
But yeah, no, don't shoot them. You know, if they've been, you know, moseying about for quite some time and haven't took out, you know, any of the, you know, the US
But they
government,
could argue that they feel they're being attacked.
But they're not, though,
They're not,
are they?
are they?
Oh, I mean, no one...
They've been observed. There's a difference.
Yeah, but, well, you know, what we're being observed, we don't like it. Give them a warning shot.
Shot at what?
You know.
They're obviously invisible.
They're not invisible.
Well, maybe they're not invisible to radar, but they might be invisible.
No, they've been seeing them, haven't they? The pilots have been chasing
Yeah,
them.
they did talk about it last week, I mean.
And then you've got them entering the water, so what if there's bases under the water?
Mothership.
Could be.
Yeah, what if the mothership's hanging around under the sea, or what if there's an alien base under the ocean?
Could be. They could be coming out of the earth, hollow earth.
Like kaijus?
It could only be a good thing, couldn't it? Because surely they're going to have to be more advanced than us to live under the water successfully, unless, you know, they're sort of people gills or...
Them UFOs, they might just sort of dock into some big dome thing, like Atlantis.
They might do, yeah.
Because if they can survive space, they can survive being underwater.
I don't think that's going to come out in the hearing, do you?
No, I don't, to be fair. Your alien bases under the seas!
Run!
Run!
Be alive!
Stay away from the sea! Scientists to nuke sea! Corbo wrote in a post on Instagram, he said, "We are way beyond the question of if UFOs exist." And he's probably right. I think we are beyond that question. These things clearly exist.
Yeah. What are those? The next question.
That's the next question.
Yeah.
So yeah, we eagerly await the report.
Yep. Maybe we'll do a special. We haven't done a emergency broadcast, have we, for a
We
while?
have not. No, Claire, will be your first emergency broadcast. See, since Claire's joined, things have calmed down in the world. We haven't had to do an emergency broadcast.
I know there was the monoliths, wasn't there? But that was obviously, it's been proven a hoax, surely, because of all these lockdowns, and then they, you know, disappear. No more
That was
monoliths.
a hoax, yeah.
Unless the aliens are obeying lockdown rules.
Oh yeah, very considerate.
Maybe coronavirus started from aliens dropping monoliths off. It's like, I knew I shouldn't have licked that monolith.
It came out of a lab in Wuhan. Dean Kunst told us it was.
He changed it from Russia, though.
Exactly, because they changed the plans. Russia was no longer the evil enemy. It's China now.
It's the only thing Mike's ever off the fence with.
Definitely come out of a lab.
Yeah, I do go for that. I do think it was whether it got out by accident or it was something they thought was worse and they didn't think it was transmissible. I don't know. Who can say? What's the next one?
Boat explodes just after passengers harass family with pride flag.
Well, it is Pride Month, and I thought that maybe karma does exist in some cases.
Yeah, on Tuesday, Newsweek flagged a viral story making the rounds on Twitter and TikTok in which instant karma befell 3 boaters who harassed a family sailing with a gay pride flag on Moses Lake, Washington. Good.
Yeah.
Twitter user Retro Ushi, who identifies as trans and queer, told the story on social media and said, "These people harassed my family because we were flying gay pride flags in Moses Lake by racing around us and shouting gay slurs. Then their boat literally blew up. Karma is real."
And the drivers shit their pants.
Talk about that off air.
Oh man, I hope your friend wasn't there.
Could be him.
He does have a reputation.
Yeah. The driver literally shit his pants and everyone saw when his shorts fell off in the water. Floater, people, there's a floater!
Be slick, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Ultimately, the offending boaters were rescued and police doused the fire after the vessel had been
I
charged.
thought he was going to say douse them off.
Yeah. The likely cause of the fire was that they were driving around so roughly they either damaged their carburettor or took in water and stalled. Then fumes built up. When they tried to speed away, the fumes ignited.
Well, I mean, still, what can you do, eh?
That's what you get.
It's an impressive fire.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Plumes, black smoke.
Yeah, see,
It's not a
sometimes...
very impressive boat, though, is it?
It's not. It looks like one of them... Well, it just looks like a shitty boat, doesn't it? It's just like... Just a plastic tub with a...
It doesn't look like it would go very fast.
Nah, probably on its last legs and all, to be fair. It's just like a shitty plastic tub with a... The propeller in it, really. Looks like a PT boat from the Vietnam War without the 50 cow turrets.
Yeah. Just the homophobes.
You know them boats that, you know, Apocalypse Now?
Yeah.
The PT boats. The US Navy basically said, look, we need something to go like the shallow water. And they went to this boat company that made these like pre-moulded plastic shells. Like mum and dad, like little pleasure cruisers things. And they just said, can you stick 50 cow turret at the front, please? And they went, yeah, alright. And that's how they were just developed from these little mum and dad fishing boats.
Never. Right then, moving on. Time travellers share bizarre 2021 predictions from superheroes to great waves.
Wow, we love a time traveller story.
So, 3 so-called time travellers took to TikTok to share what they know about the future and warn viewers of upcoming unfortunate events. So, one of them will allow 8 people to get superpowers.
What?
Someone's been watching Jupiter's Legacy.
Have they? I've never seen it.
There wasn't. I think that was 6, but you know.
First one that they warned people about is this great wave that's coming.
The Great Wave.
Yeah, that's meant to happen at the end of summer this year, and that's all the information they give you.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's all the information they give you about the Great Wave. It's a bit...
But they're time travellers, so it's happened.
Is it a Mexican wave?
No, a great wave that comes off the off the sea. And
Yes, it's a tsunami.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but they just said great wave, it could have been a Mexican wave.
Well, the Euros are coming up.
That's what I mean.
So the adventurers outrageously claim to have travelled back in time with the knowledge of what's going to happen. Most of their videos show scenes from natural disaster movies and wildlife documentaries to dramatise their predictions. So,
Oh, the bollocks.
You mean people on TikTok aren't time travellers?
So, one person's named himself Time Voyager.
That's a lame name.
Oh my god.
He claimed to have arrived in real time, Earth time, in December 2020. And he posted on his social media, he's trying to help out and warn people against that bad things are going to be happening.
That's it. I'm going to go back in time. When are you going back in time? December 2020. Oh, wasn't that right in the middle of the pandemic? Oh, yeah. Fucking idiot.
And if he does help out and warn that bad things are going to happen, he's going to change his own timeline, isn't he? Because if there's this great wave that's going to hit, he's going to go, oh, by the way, Japan's going to get hit by this massive tsunami. You got 4 months. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, well, all of Japan's going to get wiped out. All right, we've got 4 months to evacuate Japan to China, everybody.
Yeah.
Can you help out China? Yeah, alright. We can all
And
go
when
back.
the wave comes down, crashes on, and no one dies. You turn around and go, well, we did it, and he's disappeared.
Yeah. But then he goes back to a future where Japan has become some kind of like imperial power and has conquered most of the globe.
Yeah.
So not only does 2021 hold natural disasters, we will also apparently find the most dangerous creature in the world.
Ooh.
Trump.
Or Biden. Or Kamala Harris.
So in a video he posted in March, he pinpoints a specific date in 4 months' time and reveals a location of the mysterious beast. He wrote, on October 6th, 2021, we will discover a creature unlike any other.
Oh, like the Kraken.
I don't know, it'll be discovered in the Archaea forest in Australia.
Acacia, I think.
Acacia, yeah. And the creature called a gazer.
Well, the Gazor or Gazor.
Gazer.
It's a bloody gazor, mate.
mate.
The Australians should just kill it.
Oh, blimey, Gabba.
Someone like Crocodile Dundee will just stab it.
One of the last things he went on about is the the superpowers. So 8 people will gain superpowers from the sun, which gives them the power to teleport, fly, and manipulate the weather.
Oh my god, I got really sunburnt on Monday. Perhaps I'm going to get superpowers.
Probably skin cancer.
Yeah, maybe. I am quite pale. Or superpowers. Oh, wow. What could I achieve with superpowers? So much.
Yeah, he detailed the superpowers in a separate post and said they consist of pure strength, telekinesis, telepathy, teleportation,
telepathy,
flight,
precognition,
and magic. As a general, just magic. Weather manipulation.
we were talking about precogs last night. What were we talking about?
Oh, crap. Yeah, I can't remember now. That's what you get for smoking weed. Yeah. That sounds to me a lot like Jupiter's Legacy, which is a really good show. Been unfairly cancelled, I think.
Well,
Why have you been cancelled? I won't bother.
someone commented, it's Doc Brown and Marty McFly at it again, and someone else said, what if they are right? People always need proof. They're the same as believing in Jesus and God. One day it will be too late.
Oh god, there's always one idiot.
Yeah.
Well, why the fuck not? You know what? I mean, let's face it, 2020 was pretty wank. We're bound to have a natural disaster at some point. Makes sense it's going to happen in 2021. So, and then they'll go, well, it was in the summer, I was right. And they go, well, you did nothing to stop it. You tool.
Well, that was a load of bollocks. Moving on.
It was from the Daily Star.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's a great article, but it is bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you saying that time travellers have come back, haven't come back,
In
and
the middle of a pandemic.
started posting on TikTok? But you see, maybe they know that COVID was all a hoax in the end. Or maybe they've been vaccinated to the point where they can't get it. So coming back...
maybe that's true. You would have a bit of a booster shot before you went through time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you definitely have some booster shots.
Yeah.
But are they just allowing random people to come back in time? They're like, hey, let's not meet the president, let's post on TikTok.
Yeah, it's a bit...
Well, what happens in the future is, you can just pay like 20 quid and some back alley and some guy will...
Send you back in time.
Yeah. Black market time machines.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, I don't know where they're getting them from, but alright.
Go into the past, harvest organs.
And warn them about stuff. Right, alright, what's the next one? A rogue killer drone hunted down a human target without being instructed to, UN report says. Oh, Jesus Christ! The incident took place during clashes in Libya last year. The Daily Star reported.
Okay.
So the Daily Star is not the most reputable paper in the world, but Maybe, like the Weekly World News, it is the finest investigative reporting on the planet. Who knows? It could be one or the other. A lethal weaponised drone hunted down a human target without being told to, likely for the first time, according to UN reports seen by the New Scientist.
They're becoming aware. Singularities happening.
In March 2020 incident, a Cargo 2 quadcopter autonomously attacked a person during a conflict between the Libyan government forces and a breakaway military faction led by the Libyan National Army's Khalifa Haftar, the Daily Star reported. The Turkish-built Cargo 2, a deadly attack drone designed for asymmetric warfare and anti-terrorist operations, targeted one of Haftar's soldiers while he tried to retreat, according to the paper. The drone, which can be directed to detonate on impact, was operating in a highly effective autonomous mode that required no human controller. I just want to point out for anyone listening, asymmetric warfare is like stuff where you're fighting like guerrillas, terrorists, people like that, people who don't fight conventionally.
So really high skilled stuff.
It's, you know, you're getting ambushed and these things will go up and get along and you get ambushed and they know the terrain and they've got support from the local populace and you know, you're the invader, that kind of thing. You know, you're on the back foot, all you can do is patrol and try and engage.
What you do is you steal their babies, put them in the ground and kick their heads off.
You mean like the British did in the Boer War when we invented concentration camps?
That's the one.
Yeah. Well, we won. You can't put that past us. We did win. Still, not the best way to go about things, is it?
No.
Not really.
The lethal autonomous weapon systems were programmed to attack targets without requiring data connectivity between the operator and the munition. In effect, a true fire, forget and find capability, the report from the UN Security Council's panel of experts on Libya said. So what it is then, so the Turkish operator has gone, lock onto that guy. And he just kind of presses, he gets a little red square that locks on, like in Call of Duty. And then he goes, okay, and he just presses enter, and that's it. Then he can just sit back, and the drone will seek out that target, no matter what that target does, as long as it maintains the lock, and hunt and explode in that guy's face.
Fuck. We're fucked. These things get loose.
Oh, someone had to choose him in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So the guy chose him, press the button, and that thing locks on and just flies into their face and explodes. Or he goes for a multi-kill when you get the Predator missile on Call of Duty.
No, it said it hunted down a target without being instructed to. So it did it by its own accord. This time it wasn't programmed to do that. And
Oh, alright then, wow.
yeah,
This is
this is fucking frightening, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is to the Terminator fucking films. It doesn't end well.
Judgment Day.
No, it doesn't. And the Matrix, for a start. We're just going up as fucking batteries for these things. Oh. Well, Mum always said I'd be good at something, but I never knew it was going to be leading the human resistance against the machines.
Here we go again.
I am basically John Connor.
The Golden God.
That explains why robots are trying to kill me.
So,
that's just because you're a Luddite. Can't use them properly.
No, they're trying to kill me, Mike. They're trying to kill me.
Put your hand in the machines on the line at work, and you know, it almost munched you up.
Yeah.
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 They're not trying to kill you.
They are. The three we've got talk to each other.
Do they?
They do, with stock levels and that. So it's like, well, what else are they talking about? They're like, oh, there's Ben Carter. He's like John Connor, you know. Suck him in the machine. Play up for him constantly to drive him mad. And I'm a golden god. Let's not forget that. 120 kg bench
Let's move on, shall
120 kilogram bench press now.
No.
Just want to point that out.
I'm moving on.
Alright.
Italian artist sells invisible sculpture for €15,000.
I'd have paid 20.
Well, you know
Beautiful.
what? I could do this. We all could, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Salvatore Garau a 67-year-old artist from Italy, at a time when the art world, like everybody else, is going through a very difficult time with the pandemic, has achieved a remarkable feat, which should be impossible to do, but he has sold an invisible sculpture for the sum of £10,570.
Wow.
His sculpture, christened Io Sono, which means I am, is an immaterial sculpture which in so many words means it does not exist. Well, if it did exist, then it only exists in the mind of its creator, with many art skeptics criticising the artist's curious creation. He hasn't created anything!
Oh no!
Well, his response is that he has not sold nothing, but has sold a vacuum.
Well, he's just selling what? A little stand that says "I am" in
Not
Italian.
even that, is it? The vacuum is nothing more than a space full of energy, and even if we empty it and there is nothing left, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that nothing has a weight. Therefore, it has energy that is condensed and transformed into particles, that is, into us. He's fucking... What a bullshitter. He's trying to use physics to explain that it isn't anything, because even in a vacuum, there's still like quarks and things like that just sort of... They just...
There.
No, they pop into existence and pop out again. Like fluctuates.
Yeah, that just sounds mental. Hey Mike, how'd you fancy buying an invisible house to live in?
Hey?
How'd you fancy buying an invisible house?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's
Guy
like,
could sell the ice to the Eskimos.
But someone's bought it.
Yeah.
does it say who?
Probably an anonymous buyer, I'd imagine.
Yeah, because it was. He's one bought it on a bet, or do you think he bought it himself to try and drum up some publicity?
Probably. And then his next piece of art might sell for something.
Yeah.
It might actually be tangible.
Still, it's fucking bollocks, isn't it?
He continued, when I decide to exhibit an immaterial sculpture in a given space, that space will concentrate a certain amount and density of thoughts at a precise point, creating a sculpture that, from my title, will only take the most varied forms. After all, we don't shape a god we've never seen.
Yes, we do. We put him on a cross and hang him up in every church.
He's God's son, technically, isn't he?
I thought he was God too.
Well, technically, he splits into three, doesn't he? Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Oh man, seems complicated. No wonder it's bollocks. Was that the first invisible sculpture he's done?
No, he had another one called Aphrodite Flange.
Flange. It wasn't Aphrodite's flange.
Flange, sorry.
Piange.
Is it a peange, is it?
I don't know. Aphrodite
Flange,
cries. Only exists in a circle drawn on the ground.
Oh, I wanted to see Aphrodite's flange.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. I mean, she was the goddess of love. Ooh. I bet everyone's seen Aphrodite's flange though, haven't they? We've all had that one Aphrodite's flange.
His first invisible sculpture, called Buddha in Contemplation, was placed 25 metres from the entrance of the Galleria d'Italia in Milan's Plaza del Scala in the Intesa San Paolo exhibition grounds, where among other things there is a large canvas of Gura. He didn't place anything anywhere! It's invisible, it's nothing there!
I think he mimes it in, like... like he's carrying this huge sculpture.
He's got like a team of mimes lifting it in for him. There's a mime driving a forklift. Oh man, this guy's making money for nothing. It's amazing.
I'm going to need the place with the really high roof to get it in.
Yeah.
That whole space.
You have to knock that side wall down, it's gotta go. It's gotta go.
That wall has stood for 15 years. The 15 centuries. It's the original part of the Vatican.
Coming down.
Coming down, I got my invisible statue in.
Goes to the back of a van, pulls a sledgehammer and starts taking it down and get off.
That wall stood since Caesar.
That's just to get it in.
This guy's a fucking lunatic.
He's a fucking genius.
He looks like he should be a fucking Bond villain.
Yeah, he does.
How'd you make your money? Well, sold invisible statues, buddy. fund an international terrorist movement. Stop giving the money.
Fuck me.
They could have been that. Gonna give me that 10 grand, and I just done fun stuff with it. Oh, that's it. I'm saying an invisible sculpture on eBay next week.
Yeah.
Just send them a little wooden podium with a little plaque on it.
I don't think the clientele are on there. The people, you've got to go for the people with more money than sense.
I want to see if anyone on eBay will buy it.
eBay, they're after the, cheap.
Tell him it's one of his sculptures.
Yeah. I could fake one of his sculptures. I don't know.
So I've acquired a
very
unique piece by the artist, whatever his name was.
Bond villain man. Yeah.
Do it.
Why the fuck not? Might make 10 grand.
Yeah.
So what if someone steals?
I could say that. What I could do, right, is say that it's the preliminary sculpts, and just have some little wooden podiums made up.
Mm.
And so this is like they made the original sculpts on these, and then he put it into like the size it is now. Say they're like precasts or something.
I just can't believe you've got money for that. It's absolutely
Ridiculous, isn't it?
It's beyond words. Moving on from
Last one then.
Yeah.
Okay, man jailed for wrapping bandages around his head to take a driving theory test for others.
Yeah.
Oh, for a second I read that as bandana, and I was hoping he was like putting a little kamikaze bandana on before he took his driving test.
Oh, so this.
They can't rate me if they're dead.
Is he driving a car screaming?
You just unlock the seatbelt and you just run into a wall. They can't fail me if they're dead.
I thought you said they can't rate me if they're dead. That's what it sounded like.
It'd be very hard.
I've got this specific fear that I think driving instructors are trying to rape me. So I take him out first.
Just explain why you failed so many times.
Technically it was to fail.
Oh, I'm crying with laughter.
Right. So 28-year-old Ismail Senjad from East Ham, London, had reportedly used numerous excuses for his head injuries at several DVSA sites across the country, where he was doing tests for people that he'd agreed to let them do on their behalf. His scheme eventually came to an end in Swindon when the staff member had recognised him from a wanted appeal.
Did they recognise him? Oh, I suppose he's got bandages all over his face.
Yeah, that bloke with the bandages here. He's just a poster of him, a photo of him, a little sketch, wanted, dead or alive. This bloke with bandages.
So yeah, the Swindon staff member had contacted the police. Senjad has since pleaded guilty on 4 counts of fraud at Swindon Crown Court and was given a jail sentence of 2 years and 4 months. Whoa, that's a bit harsh, isn't it?
I don't think it's harsh enough.
No!
You just letting a load of unsafe drivers onto the road.
It's only the theory test, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but
You couldn't rock up at your,
what if they'd already
normal
passed the
test.
practical though? Next thing you know, this guy doesn't know.
You've got to do your 3 years before you.
Oh, have you?
Practical, don't you?
Oh, right.
Surely.
Yeah, alright, 2 years. I suppose it's just fraud, isn't it then?
It is, but fraud is very bad.
It's frowned upon.
It's very frowned upon. Yeah.
Mind you, it's not a bad plan though, is it? I mean, it doesn't say how much he was getting per customer, does it?
You'd have to be pretty lame to pay somebody to do that. It's only the highway code, and you can get like.
Yeah, but a lot of, especially foreign people that can't speak the language very well.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they're fucking anxious, and it's difficult for them to go in and and take a test.
You can do it in different languages, can't you?
Well, maybe, but...
Oh, I presume. So then again, you've got to know, haven't you? I suppose it's important, the highway code, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to know. I assume it's available in different languages, because most things are. But still,
Yeah, could be.
you got to know what it is, haven't you?
Yeah.
At least do the revision in, like, whatever language you're doing it in.
Because about 6 of the questions are just road signs. What's this? You know, and if you can't get that, it's a sad state of affairs, and I don't want you on the roads.
Oh, man. Well, still, not a bad idea, though. Not a bad idea at all. Right, do we call that the
Not
end?
as good as the invisible sculpture, though. That
No.
wins.
Oh, that wins every time. That's fantastic. I'm going to make a fucking fortune. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Ben. Don't drink the Flavour Aid, and don't join a cult.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
And I've been Claire, and do your own theory tests.